Shalom, Mike. First and foremost, I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Ba'asham, Yahushai, Ba'asham, Racha, Kodash. I'd like to give double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. I'd like to say Shalom to the elect that teach His word in our true faith and sincerity. And yeah, today I just want to title this lesson, The Bitter Cry of Esau. Because you see, at this point in time, the so-called white man is crying bitterly by the way of his laws and legislations, his rhetoric, what he puts forth on the media. You know, this lets you know that this man is pretty much having a temper tantrum because it is his time to be moved out of the way. You know, he has ran his course and he don't want to get up out the seat, man. You know, but just in a matter of time, he's going to be moved no matter how much, commotion he stir up and try to do this and do that. It's not going to work, man. You know, so matter of fact, let's start out this in the book of Hebrews, chapter 12, in verse 16. It said, lest there be any fornicator or profane person as Esau. See, that lets you know when it comes down to profanity, profane, which means outside of the temple. This nigga is the standard, man. You know, who for one morsel of meat sold his birthright. See, and that lets you know that right there in itself that it wasn't just no lentils. It was actually unfinished meat that this man sold his birthright for. You know, it says, for ye know that afterward he would have inherited the blessing, he was rejected. So this man, and that lets you know Esau, he's a fool. This nigga actually sold the birthright of pretty much rulership, all power. He sold that for a damn bowl of uncooked stew, man. But ultimately, he was rejected. And you see that rejection now on all levels. Even the earth is rejecting this guy, So it says, for he found no place of repentance, though he sought it carefully with tears. See? So he sought the birthright back carefully with tears, which I got this word salt. Now, this is that word salt. Strong's G 1567, and it reads, to seek out, search. It says to seek out for oneself, beg, to crave. It says to demand back, require. See, this nigga is demanding back his birthright. He's requiring his birthright back, so to speak, which it was ours from the jump anyway, What the point is this what you seeing now. He in the point in time where he's trying to demand back his birthright. Because at the end of the day, when he made that deal, he had in the back of his mind that he wasn't gonna honor it anyway. He was gonna kill Jacob regardless, man. That's the sign that lets you know that was Cain too, because Cain already had in his mind that he was gonna slew Abel, man. But you see he's demanding it back, and you see it by the way of his laws and legislations being passed, what this man puts forth on his media, what he's speaking, he's demanding it back. That's why there's a thing called the Great Reset. He think he's going to go into another phase of this rulership, but it's not going to happen, man. And all this commotion that this man doing and tossing and turning, trying to get past that barrier, it's not going to work, man. Matter of fact, let's get this in the book of Jeremiah 5:22, and it reads, fear ye not me, saith the Lord? Will ye not tremble at my presence, which have placed the sand for the bound of the sea by perpetual decree that it cannot pass it? Yeah, and that's why you got a thing called the sands of time, because it's going to get to a point in time where this rulership is going to end, just like all other rulerships before it, man. It came to a stopping point. It ran its course. It pretty much came into perfection. Then it was brought down. It was ripened, and then it was plucked up. And that's the same thing with this, man. No matter what this devil do, no matter how many laws he passed, no matter how many troops he got on the ground right now, whatever the case may be, he ain't gonna be able to pass that decree because the decree came from Yahweh Hashem Yahushua. It says, and though the ways thereof toss themselves, see, yet can they not prevail. See, so you tossing, you trying to put all this energy into breaking forth that barrier. You not gonna prevail, man. You bringing the troops over here. You not gonna prevail. You know, because that's his if deception ain't working, he gonna go to his instinct, the sword. Well, in this time, that sword is gonna fail him, man. It says, though they roar, yet can they not pass over it. See, they roaring by the way of their laws, they legislation. They think, scripture tells you, matter of fact, let's get that real quick. This is the book of Psalms 12 and 4. It says, who have said with our tongue we will prevail. See? So they think they're gonna prevail, by the way of their tongue, what they're gonna put in paper, what's gonna be a decree. They think that's gonna submit them ruling, man. That's why you got this thing mandatory, that word been thrown around a lot more. Because that's how and they were thinking, that's how they believe they're gonna pass over, man. They're gonna break forth of that barrier, with their tongue, through their law, through their legislation, what they put in paper, these different executive orders. But it's not gonna work, man. It says, who have said with our tongue we will prevail, our lips are our own, who is Lord over us? See? And that's what they pretty much saying. They saying that they is the Lord. They saying they the Most High by writing down certain legislations and laws, different executive orders, They're not gonna prevail though, man. They're not gonna prevail. Lord Yahweh Shema is gonna cut this off, man. But it says they're gonna roar. Now, matter of fact, let's get this in a blue letter real quick. Because them really roaring is really, and them you see them, they acknowledging they in distress. They gotta scare you, cause they really scared. They don't want this to fail because they understand the results of them crapping out, man. So this is the book of Job, chapter 4 and 11. No, it's like a verse 10. It said, the roaring of the lion and the voice of the fierce lion and the teeth of the young lions are broken. See, and that's talking about Esau, Edom, man, the so-called white man. His roaring, the voice, which is going back to his laws and his legislation, where he puts forth his media, everything that he speaks forth, and his teeth, which is his military, because that's ultimately what his voice is leading to. The sword, waging war, man. It tells you they continually together for war. And that's why they different, what they put in paper, what they decree. It's ultimately to the wage war. So they saying all this pretty much gonna come to naught. All the way up to you bringing forth your military, your teeth is even going to be broken. Now, you go to this word roaring, because this is another form of crime. It says roaring of lion, the wicked, a distress cry. See, and this nigga this is his form of crying, a distress, man, putting the clamps down on you. Because he know he's losing power. It's Apostle Ronald pointed out today, it's down there 8 billion people on the earth, man. So this nigga know he can't control all those people, man. So his form of doing is, putting a lot of people to death and scaring them, having them trust in his way, looking to him for relief. Because as you can see, he's being moved out of the way now. All this crying, and you see this pretty much Esau, his form of a temper tantrum, man. Because he's now being moved out of the way. But it was decreed by Yahweh Shai. Matter of fact, this is the book of Job. Let's see. Job 38. It's like Job chapter 38 and verse 10. It said, and break up forward my decreed place. See, and set bars and doors. Meaning what? Different those decreed places and set bars and doors. Meaning what? Is boundaries. It's boundaries, man. Matter of fact, I think it's Psalms 104. The book of Psalms, chapter 104. And bear with me. Yeah, this is the book of Psalms 104 and in verse, let's see, verse 9. It says, thou hast set up a bound that they may not pass over. See? That they turn not again to cover the earth. See, you're not going to turn again to cover the earth. You already ran your course. It tell you Amalek is going to be the first of the nations, but he's going to perish, man. Because you were just an example of not how to rule the world. Not just a territory, how these former kingdoms was, but, this is the first time actually a nation actually have reigns over the planet Earth, man. So the Lord set a boundary where you're not going to be able to turn and cover the earth again, man. It's time for you to get out of the way, and now, it's time to be shown how to rule the earth the right way, man. So you have ran your course, man, no matter how much you cry. Because even when this nigga Esau cried, Isaac gave him a temporary blessing, man. This nigga only had a temporary blessing, man, to hold him over. So he can shut the fuck up, But at the end of the day, the kingdom is going to be transferred, and we in that process now. So let's go back to Job 38. Job chapter 38. And in verse 10 again, it says, and break forward my decreed place and set bars and doors. See? So set boundaries. And we pretty much reaching the dead end of the so-called white man. This is coming to an end. I ain't like it's finna die down. And once again, the beast, now you got a Revelation chapter 24. The beast, again, rescinded out of the earth. No, man. This is it right here. And Esau, Edom know that. That's why he's crying. That's why he was crying out for that blessing. He know, that he fucked up. But at the end of the day, you going to have to live with it, man. And that's what you see by the way of these laws and legislations, There's different, like I said, the military is now in the talkings now. So they let you know we at that point now. We at that point. Because it tells you that the roaring, the voice of the fierce lion, that's the, let you know, that's the draconian laws, because it tells you that beast, it tells you that nation of a fierce countenance, them harsh laws, all that is being broken all the way down, because it's gonna ultimately go down to the teeth. The teeth is even going to be broken, man. So that's where we at now. Now this man is finally, his teeth is being shown, but it's going to be broken now. It says, and said, hitherto shall thou come, but no further. See? So that is the Lord allowing him to come to a certain point, but that's going to be it. Because this kingdom is going to come to a screeching halt. This is not going to be a smooth transition, It's not going to, you ain't going to even get a heads up. That's why Scripture tell you got to continue to watch, man. Because at the end of the day now, all hell can break loose. In the day, the power can go out. In the day now, the martial law can be declared, In the day, all these things can happen, which that's going to be the kickstart of that's when they're going to go fast. In the day, the chill can be mandated by the way of the money crashing, But it's going to come to a screeching halt. Like I said, hitherto shall I come, but no further. And that lets you know, that's just going back to those waves ruin. Them waves coming back, they coming crashing upon the shore, but they can only go so far. I don't give a fuck how hard the waters crash, how hard, all the, the water's trying to break forth that barrier. It's not going to work, man. It says,
Hitherto shalt thou come, but no further. And here shall thy proud ways be stayed. See, here is where the proud ways is going to be stayed. Here is where this man and his rulership and his legacy is going to come to an end. This reign of terror is going to come to an end. No matter how much you cry about it, no matter how much you stomp your foot around the house, guess what? No means no. You know? I mean, this man has ran his course, and his time is up. It has, his time is ripened. Now it's time to be plucked up. Matter of fact, let's get that in the book of Ecclesiastes, the 3rd chapter, Ecclesiastes 3:1. It says, to everything there's a season and a time to every purpose under the heaven. See? And how that being played out by the way of the rulerships. You know, you have the Lord set up certain kings and regimes for certain things to play out on the planet Earth, man. You know, and we're in a time where Esau, the Lord gave Esau the reins to rule, and it would have been nothing but wickedness and hell and war and crying and pain, you know. But now that time is up. So it says, a time to be born and a time to die. See, this, it tells you that the wicked come out of the womb speaking lies. I mean, he was rebirthed by him coming back into power. But now it's a time to die. That's why it tells you that the rich man died. See, it all goes into them running its course, them coming to an end. And it tells you that you read that, I think that's Sirach 41, how bitter is it to the rich man. He didn't want to ponder on that. And that's what you see, the motherfucker trying to fight all he can. He, trying to fight to stay alive. But it's not going to work. The Lord already decreed that this place is going to die. It says, a time to plant and a time to pluck up that which is planted, see? And we know that the evil is sown, but the destruction thereof is not yet come. But now we know we in a time where the destruction is coming, man. It was planted to make a point. It was planted so the Lord can make a point, man. So when it's plucked up, now, now you know. But the point is, this man, the bitter cry of Esau, is not going to help him, man. At the end of the day, he's coming to an end. And he knows that. That's why he's going to pretty much go out guns a-blazing. That's why he's going to go out with a bang, so to speak. By the way, it's thermonuclear war, man. So yeah, I just hope you were edifying. I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, Ba'ashem Rachah Kodash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Like to say Shalom to the elect, the teaching word on true faith and sincerity. DTA, a Bible ball.